Again, wishing you a happy new year, whomever from different across the globe. So this is a monthly session. So we plan to do in person very shortly, like in a couple of months or maybe next month. So we have Global Power Platform Bootcamp coming up. So we have organized few things with Microsoft already, so that's in our radar as well. So this is Auckland Power Platform user group. This is like based on the agreement with Hamish and Greg. They kindly agreed to run a session in Auckland on behalf of them. So this is like a separate user group, but still they are agreed with. Yes, you can go ahead with run the sessions through online or maybe in person. So myself, Raghavan from Downer, and then Hamish and Greg, both are from different companies in New Zealand. And so they also have their own group. They are supporting me in terms of growing the audience and also in terms of fund learning. And let me go to the next slide. Yeah, so the area of focus is primarily on Power Platform. So Greg and Hamish, they usually focus on Dynamics as well as Power Platform. So this group is specifically for Power Platform. So most of the products, including all the 5 products, Power BI to Power Pages, also additionally like Dataverse and AI Builder. So this is all covered in this user group. And as a ground rule, I request everyone to go on mute, and also like this slide deck from Ram as well as the slide recording will be posted on LinkedIn and in Twitter platform as well. So you can also see at the bottom the power. So this is the event. So if you guys want to know about future events or anything, you can see you can click on the bottom link and then you can sign up there or register. And what we do is currently it's a monthly meetup. So we got an arrangement with Microsoft Auckland here, so we can do in person as well. So once we have a good audience, we plan to conduct frequent sessions, maybe like twice a month. So currently the contributions are coming from across the globe from multiple MVPs, super users, and then people who are good in Power Platform. Yeah. Then the purpose of this event is to have fun and then like learn few things and then especially like upskilling. So the agenda is very simple today. So we'll start with the introduction and then show like what we do. We have already discussed, and then the key thing is so these are all other user groups in New Zealand. So if you guys want to know about different learning platforms, including Dynamics and Power Platform, so you can see Auckland Power Platform user group, which is our group at the top, and then Dynamics 365 and Power Platform. The second one, you can see this is from Hamish and Greg, and also Wellington, currently led by Rami. So you can also click on that link and then sign up for different learning, and then Christchurch by Rich. So you can also sign up here. So these are all key groups which is supported by Microsoft. And then, so the show for today is real world business process flow scenarios. So the speaker is Ram Prakash Duraisamy from Bosch India, based in India, currently a senior software engineer, and it's really great to collaborate with him. And also recently he got awarded as a MVP. Ram, I think it's last month or this month, I can't remember. But anyway, like congratulations.
Yeah, it's a last month.
Last month, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a long waiting time. So he is just a few words about Ram. So he was a super user in the forum as well, and then he is running his own YouTube channel and then blogs, etc. And he's very good in model driven and JavaScript, all those areas. So while he's running the session, I will send his profile links. Please feel free to follow Ram. Yeah. So from my side, I will hand over to you, Ram.
Yeah. Thank you. Let me know once you can able to see my screen.
Yeah, we can.
Perfect. Perfect. So yeah, thanks Raghavan and team for providing me this opportunity. So yes, so today's session, which I'm just going to cover, is like the real world scenarios. So which will include like business rules and business process flows. So here the agenda, what I'm just going to do is the self-introduction, and I'm just going to have a small discussion about what is business rules and what are the stages available in the business rules. Then what are business process flows? What is meant by business process flows and how it is used and how we can use it. So I'll take some scenarios for today's demo, like based on this scenario, how we can achieve. So such kind of scenarios I'm going to take today. And we'll have a demo of end-to-end what I'm just going to do. And we'll just go up with a Q&A session here. So yes, so as Raghavan said, I have 11+ years of experience in Microsoft Dynamics CRM. So starting from CRM 4.0, so till the Microsoft, what can I say, the Power Platform, I have a hands-on experience, and I am a super user and MVP and Microsoft certified trainer as well. And yes, here I have provided my blog links, URL, and a Twitter page and YouTube channel. So I'll just share this one once after this call. So now let's go with the session, like what is business rules here. So for example, whenever we want to uh, uh, write some or validate between two date field or some two fields, comparison between two field. So such kind of thing, what we usually do is we usually go to the JavaScript and we'll write a JavaScript and we'll check, okay, whether this field is greater than this field or not, or such kind of thing, we'll write a JavaScript. So to avoid that one, we have an option called business rules, which is provided by Microsoft here. So using that one without writing a single line of code, we can write JavaScript or plugins here. So what are the operations? There are various operations which we have, we can use it. So here I have provided some of the various steps for operations which we can do it in the business rules. So I can say it is set field values or clearing the field values, setting some field as requirement, I mean required based on some field validations, show or hide field or enable or disable. So such kind of operations we can do it in the business rules. So there are, what is scope here? So for example, the business rule can run in various areas. Like for example, there are three type of scope available. One is like entity type, and another one is for all form, and another one is specific form. So if we select it as a entity form, what is the use of the entity form? For example, if I'm just creating a record via service, or I'm just importing a record. So at that time, if I select all form and specific form, the business rule won't get triggered at that point. So if you want to trigger that business rule at that point also, which means you need to run it on the server level, we need to set that business rules in a server level so that it will run it in all the places. So either it can be a client side or it can be a server side. If you want to run it only on the client side, so either you can go with a specific form or you want to trigger it for the all forms. So you can just select it based on the part where you want it, like whether it is an entity, you want to run it on server and all form, or else you want to run it in all form, you can select the all form. If you want to run it in a specific form, select that specific form. Now, what is business process flows here? So it's like a streamlined user experience. For example, uh, initially what we used to do is when I'm in a CRM 2011. So at that time, what we used to have is we will have one drop down option and we'll say what stage the system is currently. For example, I can say in progress or approved or rejected, such kind of three stages is available. So I just need to set the status. Okay, I need to check the status field and I'll say, okay, now this record is in progress status. Now the record is in approved status. So such kind of thing will be available there. So here what happens is if you go with the business process flow, it will be easy and user friendly and easily adoptable, and they can easily understand by seeing a record itself. They don't want to search the field where it is available and search the field. Okay, this field is in this status. So such kind of thing, we don't want to do any kind of thing. So for that, we can create a business process flow and we can easily maintain this one. Whenever you open a record, you can able to see where the status is in. So here you can able to see at the top whatever which is available. These are all called the stages. And whatever which is available here, these are all the active stages which is available. If you want to move to next stage, you can just directly click on next stage and you can process it. So without any further delay, we'll just go with a quick demo. So before starting with a quick demo, so I'm just taking a today's demo here. So I just taken a simple demo called the loan application process. So here I'm just going to use business rules. So business rule is just to check whether that user is already having a personal loan or not. If he is already having a personal loan, how much personal loan he already get that. So we'll just check that one and we'll just go with a business rule. So in the business rules, I'm just going to have a various stages like whether the applicant is eligible or not, his IT is eligible or not, document verification is done or not, or what is the score of that one, and what is the application process. So such kind of thing, we'll just see that in our today's session here. Yeah, let me just start off the session now. So first I'll just go to my make.powerapps.com. So I'll just go to solution. For now, I'll just create a new solution. I'll say loan process. I'll select the publisher. I'll just click on create here. I'll create a new table here. I'll name it as loan. I'll enable an attachment as well. I'll save it. So here, let's say I'm just going to take some of the fields like I'll take a first name of the person, last name of the person. I'll get the email address of the email ID. I'll get the date of birth. I'll get check whether that user is having an existing loan or not. If yes, uh, how much loan he already having. Okay, so then these stages, what are the stages which I just mentioned here, like this applicant eligibility and all the stuff. Let me just go here and I'll copy that one as well here. Okay, so let me just start creating this thing quickly. So as I just here, so I'll just go to columns. I'll say new column. I'll create a first name and copy the second one. I'll create a last name. I'll copy the email address. I'll provide the email address and I'll select the text and I'll select the email address. I'll save it. Go new again. I'll say date of birth. Save it. And I'll select the existing loan. I'll select an option. Yes or no. I'll save it. Once after this one, it load. And click on new. I'll say I'll select this as a whole number. I'll select save it. I'll select applicable eligibility. Because why I'm just selecting these things are like whenever we are going with the stages, I just need to check whether it says it will come up with a yes or no field or not. So such kind of thing, and for our demo purpose, I just adding this field as well here. Just save it. Then at last, I'll just go with the approval status. So here in this approval status, I'm just going to use a choice field. I'll create a new choice field. I'll say approved or rejected. I'll say this. Perfect. I'll save this one. So now I'll just add these fields in the form. So what I'll do? So I'll just directly add the last name and the first name, date of birth, document verification. I think I don't want this one here. I'll say email address, how much loan pending and existing loan. Okay. So I just selected these things and I'll save and publish this one. Once I've done this one, I'll just go back. I'll go to apps. And new, I'll create a new model driven app here for loan. I create. So here I'll add a page. So I'll select the database table and here I'll select for the loan. I'll select the loan. I'm not sure which is the one. I'm just selecting both of them. I'll click on save. I'll publish this one. So I'll place this one now. Now within the midterm, I'll just go back. I'll go to my loan. And here I'm just going to write a business rule here. So as I said earlier, so we are just going to have a business rule. So what that business rule, if it is a yes, I want to make this field as mandatory, else I don't want to show that field here. So this is a simple thing which I'm just going to do it in the business rule. So what I'm just going to do, I'll say a new business rule. So here I'll say first I'll just expand this one. And what I'll do now, I'll just say here applicant eligibility. So here I'll just say existing loan. If it is a yes, then what I'm just going to do here, click on new. I'll just go to what can I say, visibility of the field. If it is a yes, then visible this field. I'll click on apply. If not, what I need to do, I just need to write another one condition called set visibility. I'll select this one, which is nothing but here you can see if it is a yes, show this field. If not, what I need to do, I want to make this field as hidden. That's it. Then I want to make this field as mandatory as well. So here you can able to see an option called set business required. I'll just directly select the business required. I'll click on this one. I'll come here. I'll say how much loan pending. I'll say business required and I'll click on apply here. Now I want to make this as a non-mandatory here because if they select no, I want to make this as a non-mandatory. So I'm just selecting it as non-mandatory here. So here I will just say validate existing loan. I'll just provide this name as existing loan. So here you can able to see I have said about the scope of the table. So here you can able to see these are the scope entity, all forms and information. So entity is nothing but a server side run and all form will run it in all forms. Information will run on the particular form. So for now, I'll just select the entity. I'll save this one. I'll activate this. So once after I run this one, I'll just go to my application. I'll just make a hard refresh here. So once after I run this one, here you can able to say existing loan is no, so that field is not displaying. If I say yes, the existing loan is displaying. I mean, it is asking for the loan and it automatically set as a mandatory field over here. So now what happened is I'll just say a steps. A steps is nothing but here we are going to consider it as these things are steps, which I'm just considering here and I'm just processing it. So how the steps going to work? So what I'll do, I'll just go to the application again. I'll select all. I'll click on new. I'll go to automation. I'll go to process. I'm going to write a new business process flow here. So I'll just select this business process flow. So I'll select the name. Let me say loan approval process. I'll select the table called loan. Let's say create. So once after I've done this one, so first thing, the stage I want to provide. So if you want to provide a separate stage, you can directly provide a separate stage here, or else what is this data step which you want to provide here. So directly you can provide that stage and you can process your what can I say the steps as well here. So now what I'm just going to do here is like a simple step. So here I'll just show you the existing process flow which I already created. And just go to the sample solution. So here is where the solution which I have already created. I'll just go to the loan approval business process flow. So here you can able to see these are the steps which I just already created this one. So what I have done. So here I'll just add step. So for example, I'll just remove the other steps so that I'll just recreate and show you this one. So first step is nothing but I just click on add. I'll just say add stage. So once after I just clicked on add stage, it automatically came here and added a stage over here. So while adding that stage, what is the field which I just want to provide here? I'm just showing it as is applicant eligible or not. So if I select this one, this field will automatically get populated here. So how it is looks like populated. So I'll just go here. I'll just click on new. So here you can able to see this field will automatically gets populated here. So this is for the application process. Now, the same way how I'm just going to, how I need to add for the other steps as well. So now I'll just directly click on add here. I'll say add stage. I'll just click on this plus button. Once after I've done this one, what is my second step here? It is IT eligibility. So I'll just directly click on here. I'll just expand this one. I'm just going to provide an option called, sorry. So I'll just directly click on add. I'll add a stage here. I'll just click on plus button. I'll click on stage. I'll select this one. I'll select what can I say? IT declaration. What is sorry? What is that second one? IT eligibility. I'll say is IT eligible. I'll just say required. I'll just click on apply here. So what happened is this one. So these type of thing we can just directly go here and add steps here. So these are like whenever we are having an option. So the first step, whatever we are adding is called a stage. And inside the stage, whatever we are adding, it is called a step. So the step will display as a field inside the stage. So this is the main thing which we need to know in the what can I say, a business process flow here. If you know this one, then we can just easily find it out. But rather things are like how the no-code, low-code is performing the same as like that one. We are just going to perform like adding a step or like a drag and drop and such kind of operations we are going to do here. So now I'll just come here. So I have added a stage here. Now I'll just click on add again. I'll just click on add a stage again. I'll just select the stage. I'll just go here. I'll just click on add stage. So what is my next thing, which is document verification? I'll directly select for document verification here. Is document verified? I'll select the required. I'll click on apply. Then I'll just go for another one stage here. I'll just click on add. What is my next stage, which is core? I'll add a step here. I'll say score, civil score, I'll require, click on apply, select the same thing again. I'll click on add, I'll click on add a stage. So now my next thing is approval status. I'll select a stage here. Loan status. I'll select as a required and I'll click on apply. So this is how you need to do it. So once after you've done these type of thing, if you want to run this for a particular security role and all those stuff, you can directly click on your edit security role and you can just provide what are the security role which you want. So such kind of thing also you can able to provide and you can able to restrict this business process flows based on the security role level access as well here. So once after you've done this one, you can just directly come here and you can just activate this step. So once you activated, what you can see is whenever you are opening the opening a record, you can able to see this type of bar at the top. So let me just show you how it behaves here. So like first I'll just enter the first name. I'll just enter my last name. I'll select my date of birth and I'll select the loan amount requested. So I'll just save this one. So once after I've done this one, so here, for example, as a loan process, how we are going to take this loan process. So first, user go collect all the information and we need to just check whether that user is eligible for taking the loan or not. So for that, what we need to do now, so I'll just directly here and we confirm that, okay, that user is eligible. I can directly select yes, and I can just go for the next step. So once we move from one step to another step, here you can able to see the tick mark will automatically gets populated. The same way, the next step, what is the next step here? So the next step is nothing but IT eligibility, whether that user is eligible for the loan or not. If we confirm that, okay, this user is eligible, then I can directly select yes, and I can directly go for the next stage here. The same way, if the user is document is verified or not, if the document is verified, I can directly select and yes, and I can just go for this one. And here I have written another one business tool. So if I select yes, So here you can able to see loan status automatically gets rejected. This is also I have written it in the business tools. If I say no, I'm just automatically leaving it as blank so that I'll just select the approval process at the last step. Now I'll just go to next stage. So once after I just go to next stage, I need to select the loan status here. So while selecting the loan status, I want to trigger my, what can I say, Microsoft Flow. Let's see how we can just integrate this Microsoft Flow with business process flow here. So for that, I just go to my solution. I'll directly click on new. I'll click on app, sorry, automation. I'll click on cloud flow. I'll say instant cloud flow here. Create or send email approve loan approval process. So what I'll do, I'll say here you can able to see an option called uh, when a flow step is run from the business process flow, which is nothing but here you can able to see this trigger allows you to start a flow when you run a flow in a business process flow step is clicked. So I'll just select this one. I'll just say create. So once after done this one, so I'll click on new step. So I'll just go to Microsoft Dataverse. I'll say get a row by ID. So I'll just select the loan. So here I'm just going to select the record ID. So which is nothing but which record it is triggering. So which is nothing but here I can just directly select business process flow stage table row ID. I'll just directly select that one. Once after I've done this one, so for consider I need to send an email to the respective person who has created this record. So if that is the case, what I'll do, I'll just go here. I'll go to get a row by ID here. I'll go for the users table. So here I'm going to pass an option called owner ID. So for now, what I'll do, I'll just rename this to get owner values. And here I'll rename it to get loan record. Now I'll just save this one. Once after this, what can I say? This record gets saved. So what I'll do, I'll just go to my business process flow. I'll just make a refresh. I'll deactivate my existing flow. I'll go to my loan approval status. So here I have already added a step. For now, I'll just remove the step here. So how I have added a step is nothing but I'll just directly click on here. I'll go to add. So here you can able to see add a flow step will be available here. So I can directly click on that add a flow step. So once after sorry, yeah, it added here. So once after I added that flow step here, what I need to do, I need to select the flow, which flow I need to trigger this one. So for that, what I need to do is I just directly need to select the flow. I'll click on this flow and I'll click on look up for more records. And here you can able to see the flow which I have created automatically gets populated here. I'll select this one and I'll say add. So once after I've done this one, I'll say apply. I'll click on activate. So once the flow gets activated, I'll just go to my record. I'll make a hard refresh here. So now just make a hard refresh again. Okay, it says it is deactivated. Let me just. Make a hard refresh again.
Hey Ram, just a quick question.
Yeah.
Do you know, like with the security roles, is it possible to hide few stages depending on the security role? Is it possible?
Uh, it depends. It depends on the scenarios, whatever we are having. Yes, it is possible here.
I see.
Yeah. So let me just come back to that one point. Let me just finish this one. So let me just come back to that one.
Sure.
Yeah. So for now, I'll just, it's not activated. Come on. Make a hard refresh. Okay, now it's in deactivated status. Now I'll make a hard refresh here now. So now if I just click on this one, so here you can able to see, we can see an option called run flow here. So what this run flow is nothing but we are calling the what can I say the Microsoft Cloud Flow from the process here. So I'll just directly click on run flow. So what it'll do, it will directly go to my flow and it will log into my flow and it will take the values and it will perform their operations. So I'll just click on run flow here. So once after my flow runs, I'll just go to my flow again, which is nothing but make.power automate.com. I'll click on my flows and I'll just open this one. So here you can able to see if you click on that button, automatically what can I say? Our flow will automatically get triggered over here. So once after I've done this one, if I want to perform any operations, for example, here, if you want to send an email to the respective person, whether the loan is approved or not, or if you want to send it to the respective person who applied this loan. So such kind of thing you can able to do and process this step here. So once after you've done this one, so you can directly say approved or rejected, and you can just click on finish. So once after this finish, automatically you here you can obviously the flag stage will automatically gets populated and the overall flow will automatically gets completed over here. Yeah, so this is how what can I say? You can able to you can use this business process stages for what can I say easy and understandable way. So yes, so Raghavan, so based on your case, what you are expecting is you want to hide the stages based on a security role. Am I right? Is that am I understand your question right here, Raghavan?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, so I think based on the security role, you can just show or hide the business process flows, but you can't just go and hide the different stages alone with the security roles. So if you want to have, for example, I want to show only these three for some of the users which contains this security role, and I want to show these two only for a different security role person. If that is the case, what we need to do is we need to split it into two different business process flows, and we need to make it work. And we need to enable that security role for that separate business process flows here.
Yeah.
So yes, so this is how we are just working on. We need to go and work with the business process flows. The one thing which you want to notice is, for example, now I'll just go here and I'm just creating a new business process flow here. So for example, I'm just directly creating the same flow test. I'll just say create and I'll say a variable. I'll initialize a variable. I'll say demo. I'll just save this one. So now here you can able to see this flow. I'm just creating outside the solution. If I try to create the solution outside, and if I go to business process flows, we'll deactivate this. I try to add a new flow step, if I try to search this one, so here you can able to see, you can't see that flow which you have created outside the solution, because this business process flow is available inside the solution. So whenever you are creating any business process flows or flows, please make sure that you are creating inside a solution so that it's easy to move from one environment to another environment as well. And it is dependent in inside that solution. So that's why I just created a separate solution, and I have created all this process inside a solution itself. So whenever you are going to create a new thing, just go ahead and create a solution and do your process inside the solutions. So yes, I think I am pretty much covered the business rules and business process flows here. So if we have any questions, I think I can just take it up and I can just show the demo as well here.
Yeah, we got one question from Nick. Can we
Okay.
use Power FX in model-driven apps?
Yeah, obviously we can use Power FX and model driven apps. So
Nice.
if you want, then you can just reach out to me via my LinkedIn. I'll just go to share the sessions and all those stuffs over here. So for example, I'll just tell you one of the scenarios here. So for example, I have a ribbon button available in the form, and I want to make sure that if the field contains for a field is approved or not. If it is approved, I want to show a field or I want to hide a field. So such kind of thing I want to do it. So initially what we have done is we will just open the ribbon workbench and we'll do all those process and all those stuff. So now we can directly use this type of effects, and we can make the ribbon workbench to perform its operation according to the Power FX here, itself.
Yeah. So now we are avoiding the ribbon workbench and then using the Power FX to.
Even though as we are an old developer, I'm
Yeah,
still using the ribbon workbench only.
I see. Great. Yeah. Does
But
that
yes, the
answer your question?
technology is keep on improving. Obviously, we need to change it, but we are just still keep on changing to the Power FX part here.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Does that answer your question, Nick? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Probably. I will paste the form's feedback as well.
Yes.
Guys, yeah, please feel free to provide your feedback through the forms link I have provided. And I think I posted all of the Rom's profile here. I think he's also sharing it on a screen as well. So please feel free to follow Rom on LinkedIn, Twitter, and then I also put the link for his YouTube channel. He got good subscribers as well. And on the YouTube channel. Yeah, it was really great, Rom. I mean, great session, quick demo covering the loan process eligibility. Yeah,
Yes, I used to take a real-time scenarios and the sets because I have already developed all those stuff. But I just
mm,
want to cover how I have created the field and how I want to go with the business rules and all. Because if I just go ahead and create a step by step for the business process flows, obviously the time is like now I think around 10 minutes is pending. So I can't able to complete all these things. So that's why I just created another process and I keep it ready. And I
yeah,
just cover first full part with the business process flows, and I take it up and show the existing business process flows here.
yeah. That's absolutely fine. Makes sense as well. Yeah. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for attending the session today. Like I said, we plan to keep the in-person event in the upcoming months. So then please keep an eye on the events page as well as the Power Platform user group, which I shared earlier. Also, huge thanks to Ram and for kindly accepting the session. And then I think I hope the session is for me. I think it's super useful. I think I got few questions as well. That is really cool. Yeah. So we give you 10 minutes back in your day diary. Yeah, that's if anyone has any questions, please feel free to contact me. And also, like, if anyone willing to speak the upcoming events, yes, please feel free to contact me as well. And then please feel free to follow Roms on all the social media. Thank you, guys. Thank you again. Thanks, Ram.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.